Good everyone, welcome to Pen Security. On today's content, we'll be talking about FortiGate Firewall complete setup. And we'll also be focusing on the Ubuntu NAT Gateway plus the client test lab. So I will show you how to configure a FortiGate firewall, connect it to an Ubuntu NAT Gateway, and allow internet access from a private client network. In this complete walkthrough, from interface config to NAT rules and testing. So let's dive in without wasting much of our time. Looking at this topology, we have a Linux client machine, we have our Fortinet, which is our FortiGate firewall. Then we have our Linux server and we have our net, which is our network. This Linux server now is facing interface port 1, which is our outside interface, and port 2 is going to the inside network, which is our inside interface. So we'll be configuring NAT on this Linux machine and the IP rules. And also on the FortiNet network, we'll be configuring the inside and outside network. So that's what we're focusing on today. So I've created a script that will be very, very easy, because if we start configuring back and forth, it will take a lot of time. So I've already laid out a script, and the script will be available for those that want to download it. I'll also provide a link where you can get the script, so you'll be able to test it out by yourself. I just want you to sit back and watch how we'll configure it and how we'll utilize this proof of concept. So here is our configuration. Let me set our configuration. So I have a configuration here. I have to configure the interfaces, and I will explain in details how doing so. So let's start with the Fortinet, which is FortiGate Firewall. I'm coming. Let's put it down. So open, and so set admin. So we'll have to set login. Say admin. Click on enter. They set a new password. Admin. So we are in. So we'll grab our configuration here. So this is configure system interface. We'll set the IP address. Then /24 is the gateway, which is the subnet mask. Sorry for that. Then we'll set the allow access, which is we're allowing a ping, we're allowing HTTP, we're allowing HTTPS, we're also allowing a SSH. So these are the ports we're allowing. So let's paste this. Let's paste it. So copy, and we'll paste. So yes, after doing that, I think we've said that already. Click on end. Then we'll have to configure the route, the static route. So for us to do that, we'll just copy and paste. This is just the static route. So copy. So paste it here, and then we've done that already. Then we'll create the firewall policy, in and out, inside and outside. For Cisco firewall, it's just we'll use the dynamic settings. We'll do NAT inside, outside, bracket, then we'll say dynamic interface. But for FortiGate, the approach is different, and I think I like FortiGate because FortiGate is a bit straightforward compared to Cisco, where you have to start naming if and out of naming the inside and outside network. But for FortiGate, it's just pretty straightforward. Then we'll configure the system DNS. So this is the system DNS here, just primary. So system DNS is just like we all know 8888 is dynamic DNS for Google. So let's paste that, and we've done that already. So what next? I think what we should focus on now is the client configuration. So here let's close this and let's focus on the client configuration and open this. Open. Okay, so we'll have to just increase the screen. And so I'm using Ubuntu Client, so say tests 1 2 3. Supposed to come up. Yes, so we are in our guest machine. So let's go to terminal and yes, so we'll just say IPA. As you can see, we have literally these IP addresses here. No IP address is being set yet. We have look back, nothing. ENS3, nothing. The reason we're having ENS3 is because we're not connected to an Ethernet port. If it were to be an Ethernet port, it would be ETH0 or something like that, like it would be ETH Ethernet, but this is ENS3. So now let's grab our configuration file. First thing we need to do is we need to set IP address. So this is the configuration to set IP address. Just click on copy, then we'll come here and we'll paste the keystroke. So yes, so let's just put the password, just 1 2 3. So doing that, then we'll have to set our IP route. So what I'm trying to say now is it should route through the port. So IP route, that's to route through the port. So let's copy, then let's paste. So we have to come here, keystroke, and we'll paste. So after doing that, then ideally we've configured this. So let's check for this. What have I done? This is how we also put it, IPA. So see now we have an IP address here of 192.168.0.0.0. Then also we have a default gateway. Default gateway is supposed to be there, but that aside, we'll come back to it later. So let's just close this. We're done with the client. So let's go with the server. Oh God, I think I've pushed the server too far. Let me try to refresh. Yes. So this is it. And let me zoom in again to get a better picture. So yeah, this is our server. So let me just get this terminal. So this is our server. So we say test. Sorry, user. We say test 1 2 3. Yes, we're in our machine. So let's get our configuration files. Let's check. So for us to get our configuration file, let's check our config. Give me a minute. All right. So first thing we need to do is we need to check if we need to first of all insert IP address for. Let's check if it has IP address. IPA. So yes, our machine has an IP address. So ENS3 has this IP address. ENS3 has this IP address, but I don't think ENS4 has an IP address. So we need to insert an IP address for ENS4 for us to be able to communicate to the internet. If you check closely, you can see ENS4 doesn't have an IP address. So let's just paste this keystroke there. So say test 1 2 3. So now IPA. So ENS4 now get an IP address. So after doing that, we have to set it up. Like we have to bring it up because we don't know if it is down. So we have to copy and let's paste this here. I have to bring it up, just like when we do it in our regular firewalls, like in our regular network configuration. When we do this packet tracer, you have to bring interface up. Then we have to set this IP forwarding. We have to set it. We have to set the IP forwarding. So let's put this back. Let's get it. Let's paste this. I have to set IP forwarding. Yes, to 1. Then let's paste this as well. So what we're going to do now is we have to set the IP forwarding, so the network would know how to route the IP address itself. So it's up running. Now we have to set the IP tables. IP tables is well like a secure configuration between the firewall and the server. So what it does is simply it converts these messages. So you know the interfaces between let me show you IPA. So the interfaces between 192.168.0.69 is a different network ID. ENS3 and ENS4, they are different ID. So when we set the IP tables, we are trying to create a link, like a bridge between them, so they will be able to communicate. That's why we set the IP table. So now let's just start by inserting this. I have to copy. Then let's paste the keystrokes. Yes. Then just have to do it one after the other. They'll say sudo IP tables for the NAT. So paste for NAT. Then we'll have to paste it for masquerading. So let's copy and let's paste keystrokes and keyboard, and yes. So we've done that. Then we have to set IP table to forward back and forth. Like I explained earlier, it's just for you to create a bridge between the network, between the ENS3 and ENS4. We've done that. Then we have to create this last one. To copy and we'll paste. So we've successfully done that. Now let us see if we can ping our FortiGate. Let us see if we can ping our FortiGate. So let's open. So I'm coming. So admin. So this is our FortiGate, and so we have to check for the interfaces. Let's start with them. See, get system interface physical. So let's see port 1. We can see here right now, I think our port 1 doesn't have an IP address, if I'm not mistaken. Our port 1 doesn't have an IP address, and port 1 goes to the internet. Yeah, that's our outside network. Doesn't have an IP address. Let's check again. Show system interface port 1. Yes. So let's just run the regular show system interface. Yeah. I think our port 1 doesn't have an IP address, which is very, very skeptical with the network that I set. It's supposed to have an IP address. Maybe I didn't pay attention. Let's check the script. Port 1, yes, there's an IP address for port 1. Okay, I'm coming. So let's say, let's move this. and let's go with this. I think maybe that's what's wrong. And let's copy. Oh, let's just go by it. Config system interface. Then we'll say edit port 1. Edit port 1. Set IP 192.168.20.1/24. Can't change dynamic IP, so I think there's an IP there already. Okay, let's go with the unset mode first. So yes, then we say set allow access ping https SSH. Then we say set alias outside. So after doing that, let's just click on end. So now let's go with the so I think port 1 has an IP address now, same as port 2. So let's try to see if we can communicate with this, because this will be automatically be the gateway. So let's see if we can communicate with it from our Linux machine. So let's go with we'll say ping 192.168.10.1. Yes, there's a connection. So our machine can ping our gateway. So let's see if we can ping the outside port here. So let's go back again and let's see if we can ping it. So say ping 192.168.20. Let's check. Yes, so it will be 20.1. So it's 20.1. 20.1. Yes, it can ping it. So now since it can ping the outside network, now let's see if it can ping our machine here. This will be our machine. So I do get our machine. So we just come here, say IPA. So 192.168.2010. So let's try to see 192.168.2010 ping 192.168.20.10. Very good. So now let us check if we can ping our DNS. So say ping 8.8.8.8. Very good. So that is all we have. So in this setup now, this is just everything that we need to do to configure FortiGate and also setting up Ubuntu NAT Gateway. As you can see, we're able to utilize that our FortiNet, which is our FortiGate Firewall, was working very well. So this is the basic approach you take to setting up NAT and also setting up a firewall configuration in your home network or in your lab. So if you find this video interesting, keep on liking, forwarding and sharing. Have a good day and see you in our next video.